Mike Tyson had one of the most intense fights in boxing. Crowds of people would rush to watch him, and he never disappointed. Everyone knew they were in for a treat when there was an Iron Mike fight. Most moments from his career stand out from the rest. Today, we'll take you through the 3 most disrespectful moments in Tyson's career, and they only get crazier. Let's get into it. Boxing with his teeth. One of the most savage moments in boxing history took place at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. In perhaps the biggest sporting event of the 1990s, Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson met a second time to settle the score after the Real Deal had pulled off the unthinkable the previous year, stopping Iron Mike in an all-time great upset. Like their first encounter, the rematch surpassed all expectations, albeit in a markedly different manner. The fight picked up where its predecessor left off, with Holyfield bullying the bully, thwarting Tyson's aggression, controlling the action on the inside, and even hurting Iron Mike before the end of round 1. While Evander Holyfield was again showcasing his technical superiority, the Real Deal's physicality was also frustrating Tyson, as the champion used his head, shoulders, and forearms to neutralize Mike at close quarters. Not long into round 2, a cut opened above Tyson's right eye, marking the second time in 2 fights that an accidental headbutt would inflict a handicap on the former champion. And this time, one could see the visible frustration in Tyson's eyes as he frequently looked over at referee Mills Lane, hoping he might take the kind of action Mitch had failed to take against Evander in the first fight. But Mills imposed no sanctions on the defending champion, ruling the headbutt accidental and allowing Holyfield to continue with his roughhouse tactics on the inside. Late in the round, with Holyfield pushing Tyson backward in a clinch, Mike twisted his opponent's arm in what appeared to be an attempt to disable the champion. But Tyson didn't get the reaction he was looking for, as Evander manhandled Mike in return, shoving him off and showing little regard for the challenger's flagrant foul. When the bell rang to end the round, Tyson's body language suggested capitulation as he looked to touch gloves. Then, as Holyfield made his way back to his corner, Iron Mike stood there with a blank expression of stunned disbelief, as if it were dawning on him that the metal required to stave off the Real Deal was no longer in him. But instead of capitulation and resignation, it was rage that came to the fore at the start of round 3. Tyson's demons manifesting themselves in a brief vision of vintage Iron Mike. The challenger charging out ferociously and firing explosive left hooks and right hands. But after 2 minutes, Holyfield was still on his feet, still in charge, and unfazed by Tyson's short-term resurgence. While all could see the visible anger and frustration in Tyson's eyes, no one could have ever predicted what happens next. The 2 warriors came together in a clinch, and then suddenly Holyfield was jumping up and down in shock and agony. A reaction all would soon realize to a bite that had torn off a piece of Evander's right ear. It was the bite felt around the world, a disrespectful act from a man who had lost complete control of his mind, his emotions, and his actions. The punch that made his opponent quit. If you look back at Mike Tyson's remarkable career in boxing, a fight in the early 2000s against Polish heavyweight Andrew Golota will stand out as one of the most bizarre. Iron Mike was on a winning streak at the time after returning from a 15-month ban related to biting Evander Holyfield. In fact, heading into his highly anticipated bout against Golota, he had beaten Orlin Norris, Julius Francis, and Lou Savarese in a relatively straightforward fashion. It was set to be another easy win for Tyson at the Palace Arena in Michigan, and he didn't disappoint in the early stages. Dominating in the opening round despite his worrying admission, Golota would fight a second round against a dangerous Tyson, but once again the helpless fighter struggled to contain his powerful style. Golota still managed to stay standing, however, and his trainer Alcerto remained positive in the corner at the end of round 2. But after such an onslaught, he decided it was time to quit. Alcerto can be heard shouting, "Get out there!" and even tried to push in his mouthpiece, but the Polish fighter refused in a quite remarkable scene. Minutes later, on his way to the dressing room, fans angrily pelted various items at Golota as he left the arena. When Mike Tyson embarrassed a gang leader. A former gang leader, Mitch went all out on Mike Tyson in order to get in the ring with him. He did his best to mock Tyson, and he got his chance at a fight. Both of them met in Madison Square Garden in 1986. Tyson was in his well-known no rope, no socks, no music outfit. He meant all business. Green did not seem to be as confident anymore. In the first round, Green had his mouthguard punched right out by Mike Tyson. It was a slaughter. Green was always kept on the back foot, trying to defend Tyson's hooks and punches. Even though Green had the bigger reach, Tyson's speed and quickness proved to be too much, and he would dodge everything Green threw at him and close the distance. Throughout the whole match, Tyson would mock Green and look to be smiling at him. Although Tyson was in control for most of the fight, he was not able to get a knockdown over Green. Green put up a persistent showing during the fight despite losing a 10-round unanimous decision, and at one point in the ring managed to knock one of Tyson's gold teeth out. After the fight, Tyson said in an interview that he could have gotten a knockout, but he wanted to torture Green as much as possible. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Until next time.